Hello humans and other species, I'm Patsy and welcome to Early Game Farms. Today we're going to take a look at the workstation that I made for the early stages of the game, but as usual in this series it's going to be based on what I think is more important early game, in my own priorities and so on. It might change for you, you might have other priorities, other things that you find important, so take that into consideration. I also wanted to let you all know that we just started a new wall on my SMP, so if you would like to join us and play with us, you're more than welcome to come in. You can check my Ko-fi page and see how to join the server, or just join my Discord for more information. As for the workstation goes, I have opted for a very early game design. You can do this within the first half an hour of the game. It's just going to require a bit of iron, a bit of stone or wood and things like those. Very early game things. I have included a few machines that I usually always need early game, but this is usually the very useful early game create stuff to have. I also decided to include the crafting blueprints. I think they are incredibly useful and I don't see them enough, to be honest. These of course are the couple of things that I usually constantly craft at this stage, but you can add any crafting blueprint that you like, any recipe that you like. We also have a press so we can make some sheets. We have a milestone. I think this is always useful to get seeds, to get several dyes and things like that. Many of the flowers is going to give you some different dyes. A mixer, obviously, this is really useful to make andesite early on, and later we can just replace the grass underneath for a blaze burner, and we can already use that for brass. The following depots, it's one of each. This one is washing, this one is a campfire so it's cooking, and this one is lava so it's going to be smelting. And finally we have a mechanical saw. I usually use this quite a lot to strip woods and do things like those. I usually make the casings with a deployer, so stripping the wood with her hand is quite useful. But you can also convert the strip logs into planks at the better rates. They give you 6 planks instead of 4 planks. So early on that can be quite useful, and that's basically the most useful stuff that you're going to need early on for create. This is such an early build that I'm not going to give a schematic out of it. We're just going to see how to build it live, and it's still going to be quite a quick process. It's just a couple of items that we need to place, and speaking of items, this is basically what we need. You can pause here and just check the list, make sure you have all of these materials. So let's start by placing the water wheels. First we want a 2x2 hole to place the water, then any building block so we can place the water wheels onto it, and we can remove this already. For now let's place the water on this side, and we will see later if the direction is good or not. If it's not good, we'll place it on the inner side and it will just turn it around. From here we want to get the encase funds. We want to get 6 of them, starting by the water wheel, and we just place 6 in a row. Now we get the encase funds and one of the shafts. The shafts goes to the very left of it. The encase funds follow. Now here we can see that the rotation is already wrong. So what we want to do is get a bucket, grab the water, and just place it on the inside instead. This is going to rotate it on the other way, and that's going blowing forward. This is important because depending on where the direction you are going, it's going to be one way or another. Next we want to get the gearbox. Any leaves, it can be leaves, it can be roots, anything that can be waterlogged. We want to get the campfire and the lava on also 3 of the depots. Starting by the right side, we want to place first the leaves, and we get this water, and we waterlog them. This is basically to prevent spilling. Obviously you can leave the water floating and just place a trapdoor or something. Next we get the campfire, and at the very end we get the gearbox. Now we can place the depots in front, and now that this one is encased we can place the lava. This is going to get us the 3 bulk processors. To finish this side we want to get 2 of the hoppers, the mechanical saw, the 6 cobblestone, the 6 crafting blueprints, and one of the barrels. On the gearbox, we want to place the mechanical saw. We do want to make sure it's going the right way. Now it's spinning. We want to get a hopper on top of it, that's to insert the items. We want to place the barrel in this position, diagonal to it, and we want to place the hopper going into the barrel. So when this is done crafting, it's going to bounce into the hopper and that will go into the barrel. One way to know if that's going to happen, if you notice the blades are spinning in that direction, this means that the items are going to go this direction, they go against the blade. So we can see it here too, it's rotating that way, so the items go this way. And to finish this off, we want to get everything except for the actors. So we want to get the cogwheels, the shaft, and the case drive. This for now, let's connect all of this later. Try to follow along because it can get tricky. But basically we want to place the first cogwheel on this position where the battle's wheels are. Then the small cogwheel diagonal to it. And we go up from this one. We place a shaft on this one. And we place a chain drive on this one. And the next one going downwards. And here at the bottom we place another cogwheel connected to the chain drive. To make sure it's connected in this specific way, it's really important. And now with that done, we can get everything else. And from here it's quite easy. On this little cogwheel we want to place our mill. On this shaft here, we want to place the press and a dip underneath. The last cogwheel that I forgot to mention, it goes up here on top of the chain drive. And we're going to place a mill diagonal to it. If it doesn't go diagonal the first time, just place any temporary blocks in the middle and then place the mill on the side. Now with the hopper, we want to get the hopper connected to the millstone. Let's make a little hole here. Place the barrel and place another hopper going into the barrel. This is going to extract anything that the millstone processes, but don't worry, it's not going to let through anything that isn't processed. And to finish this off, we get a basin and a teapot right in front of it. This is going to extract all the items that get processed in there. Now with the cobblestone and the crafters, we can start by where the water is. Place a 2x3 with the 6 cobblestone and just follow with the crafters. Make sure you place them on the top left side so it doesn't make them bigger. Here you can basically right click on it and you can craft any recipe that you want. Some more log it's going to let us craft a pot, for example. So now we can craft a pot endlessly. You can place any blueprints that you want. The ones that I personally use, I think are the most useful are these 6 ones. But obviously if you use a lot of hoppers or something, you can just go with those. And this is basically it. This is the workstation. I hope it is useful. I hope you're going to use it in your walls. If you will have done anything differently, leave a comment on how you will do it, what you will add to it or what you will learn. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye!